seen him for years. Little as I did see my son, I tried to give him, a father figure, whatever. I didn't know where his lower whereabouts were. I found out recently that he did not kill himself in 2016. That he was alive and well. He lives in Colorado.
Yeah. Why did you think he had killed himself?
His mother told me this. She said that he killed himself because of I'm an embarrassment to him. My son is I loved him so much. I didn't want to lose be around. I wanted to be around my son and be here for him. I have a daughter the same way I had my son. I never see my kids. But I want to be in his life. He's been accused of doing some crazy thing. I don't know what he's been accused of. I can't get answers from the attorneys really, but they're saying that somebody's it's involving a gay bar or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what the heck he did. If he have a gay bar. I don't know what's going on.
Well, he's accused of going on a mass shooting at a gay bar and killing 5 people.
Colorado.
Okay, well, that's shit. If he's accused of doing that, I'm surprised he's not gay. I don't know if I can say that, but he's not gay.
When was the last time you saw him?
Shit. I saw him. I made efforts to see him, but I think I see him in 2011.
So 15-year-old Anderson Aldrich was right. 15-year-old Anderson Aldrich was right. This guy's crap. As a father, as a person, we as a society didn't help Anderson Aldrich at all. We allowed Anderson Aldrich to... This is the guy we gave Anderson Aldrich to. Here you go. Spare the rod, spoil the child, right? At least he ain't gay. At least he ain't gay. That's what Aaron Brink had to say about his son who just committed an terrible fucking atrocity against a whole bunch of innocent people. The massacre of the innocents, and that Jesus was born in blood, right? Because King Herod said, kill all those innocent people. King Herod is not a good person. Thou shalt not murder is part of the Bible. That's part of the Old Testament. Do to others what you want to be done to you. That's Jesus Christ. At least he ain't gay. What a fucking piece of shit. What a dumbass, homophobic, racist piece of shit. And while just his homophobia by itself is pretty disgusting, how about when Anderson Aldrich needed to study for the muscles and bones of the body? He's got anatomy class. He's got to pass anatomy. You think this fucking Aaron Brink, you think this fucking Mr. Methed Out, you think he was a good father? You think he helped Anderson fill out his FAFSA? You think he helped Anderson Aldrich get his references together and pass the SATs? You think Mr. Meth helped at all? You think he was a good father? You think he inspired his son at all? How about to open a bank account or how to write a check? You think he taught out how to fill out an application to get some good references? Teach him how to fly with eagles? You think he was worried about his networking circles? Or about his political muster? About his letters and numbers? Education's a lifelong process. So, what's Mr. Meth, what's he working on? Is he still learning? What's he learning on now? Has he learned some new words? And why would, he don't seem smart. What is he talking to that guy for? And what's he learning now? Learning a new language? Learning some new English words? Got a new skill? I bet you Mr. Meth is probably big on the Republic, too. Big on the Constitution and the 3 branches of government. Big on the Bill of Rights. I bet his solar power knowledge is just tip-top. This dumb motherfucker. We allowed this dumb motherfucking piece of shit. We let Anderson Aldrich get abused by this dumb motherfucker. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Ain't that right, Christians? At least he ain't gay. At least he ain't gay. He's all fucking methed out. He's all fucked up and at least he ain't gay. He's dumb and stupid and he just destroyed a lot of innocent people's lives. Well, at least he ain't gay. And then you saw how insecure the guy was, right? You just heard about this horrible tragedy, and the first thing you say, well, at least he ain't gay. What if that was the reason he fucking did it, you piece of shit? What if that was the fucking reason he did it? This reminds me of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre lesson. What's the lesson of the Chainsaw Massacre? Texas Chainsaw I've actually never seen the movie. I've seen clips of it or whatever, but I read about it. In the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's based on a true event, and you had basically a family of serial killers, a bunch of chainsaw serial killers. And then the one guy that's going to do the fucking massacre was actually the one that didn't participate in the family, the favorite family activity. But the one that was ostracized eventually snapped. He was isolated, alone. And hell, he needs to be loved too. And it's like, okay, fine. You chainsaw serial killers, you wanna really see something? So he's gonna show the rest of them, right? He was gonna be just as awful as they were. We got ourselves a reader here. So Aaron Brink, he didn't give a shit if he was gonna be a doctor, right? You didn't care if your son was gonna be a doctor. He put no pressure on him to learn the bones and muscles of the body. If they both learned them, then they would have all this culture that they could build on. But instead, we got ourselves a reader here. I don't care. I do care, but I'm thinking if I was in his position, it would be like he's basically saying, look, I don't give a damn what you do in life. I don't care if you make money. I don't care if you're a good father, good man, good neighbor. Just so long as you have the same backwards racist views as me. As long as you have the same backward degenerate viewpoints as me. Talk about a piece of shit. Talk about an anchor that's going to hold you down forever. Oh, yeah? Oh, you think you're a big scuba diver? You think you're the president, huh? Yeah. But you like boys. You like them boys, don't you? And if you want to get serious about isn't everybody a little bit gay? And then the main thrust is, now I know who I am. You just don't know who you are. And you're going to be a fucking dumb fucking piece of shit on top of you are a backwards degenerate, so I guess you would be more, pile on your backwards degeneracy in order to cover up your backwards degeneracy. And look how strong the latent homoeroticism is in this one. Religion is dumb as hell. This invisible man up here, hiding behind the cloud, he's sitting there. You ever seen dogs? Dogs are like penguins are gay. I just hate stupid people. I hate fucking stupid people. Dumb motherfuckers. While you're sitting there not putting knowledge in your brain, these dumb motherfuckers, they can understand racism, they can understand child abuse, they can understand people being shitty and cruelty. They just can't understand psychology. They just can't understand communication, inspiration. Knowledge builds on itself, so you can't give me an opinion about the muscles and bones of the body if you don't even know the muscles and bones of the body. 40% of our body heat comes from our muscles. You have a gluteus maximus and a gluteus minimus. Well, some other... But yeah, America, we left Anderson Aldrich in the care of Mr. Meth Head, homophobe, dumbass, child abuser. And that was when he was 15, so I guess there's been, 7 years. But the guy don't have a fucking father now, right? Yeah, you went ahead and told Meth Head to go on. But for the first 17 years of his life, during the the formative years of his life, he was supposed to aspire to what Mr. Meth Head thought of him. Yeah, well, you wearing a watch? You got yourself a handkerchief? That'd be a weird thing to say after a terrible tragedy. It's like, I got a pet peeve. I don't like when people say economics. It's stuck up, you stuck up fucking piece of shit. I'm not impressed by you saying economics. I don't think you're smart. I don't think you're intelligent. I think you're a dumb motherfucker who's just saying economics like a dickhead in order to get other people to think that you're smart. That's what I think you're doing. But if my daughter just did a mass shooting, and then someone was like, well, did you hear what your daughter did? I hope she didn't say economics. No, she didn't say economics. Wouldn't that be a weird fucking thing to say? Thank goodness she didn't say economics. Thank goodness he didn't shit his pants on live television when he was getting the Oscar for the best picture of the... That's a very particular, very specific insecurity you got there. At least he didn't shit his pants on live television. At least he didn't. At least he ain't gay. This is what child abusers do. This is fucking stupid religion. This is precisely the reason we need to be opposed to child abuse. So, well, at least he ain't gay. But he's on meth and he's a fucking loser. Well, at least he ain't gay. So because of child abuse, Anderson Aldrich had to grow up thinking that when Mr. Meth didn't approve of him, that he wasn't good enough. But really, Mr. Meth is a dumb motherfucker, so he doesn't... Well, who gives a shit what the fuck he likes and doesn't like? But when he's raising a child, his preferences is going to steer that child in the right or wrong direction. So... one of the big reasons to be opposed to child abuse, it's mean, it's cruel, you shouldn't be attacking, the innocent and the vulnerable. But when you're attacking your shit kid, and your shit kid turns around and hurts my kid, well then, now we got a fucking problem. Now we got a fucking problem. At least he ain't gay. How come you say, at least he didn't sully the good name of the Republic? At least he ain't a Mormon. At least he ain't a two-faced, fake-ass Christian. Oh, you think you're a good person, but you ain't good at all. What are you doing good for the community? I bet your neighborhood is even poorer than it was 20 years ago. You made your neighborhood even more poor. I thought you were supposed to care about the poor. All these Christians, and yet we have all this poverty. You would think with all these Christians, we would have conquered poverty by now. But their Christian beliefs when it comes to actually giving a shit about others, that's irrelevant. It's the hatred that they embrace. How about, at least he ain't a homophobic, bigoted pile of shit? At least he ain't a homophobic, methed out, bigoted pile of shit? At least he wasn't a useless, pointless, mass terrorist, murderer of innocent people. How about that? That'd be a nice thing to say. At least he didn't go around killing innocent people. He's going to go to heaven? I mean, at least he ain't gay. Can't stand child abusers, man. It's cruel to be, These assholes are sadistic and they're nihilist. Either they don't give a shit or they love hurting people. That's it. They're either sadist or nihilist. Well, at least he ain't a member of the Church of the Latter-day Saints. At least he never spoke in tongues. Not like serious, like, You seriously spoke in tongues? You thought you was inspired by God's... That was God inspiring me. That wasn't beautiful. God inspires, Celine Dion. Near, far, wherever you are. If one man marries 20 women, that's another thing. These motherfucking polygamous sons of bitches. If you don't like gay sex, why do you all have a bunch of polygamists? So one man gets 20 women. What about the other 19 men that don't have women because he took the women away from them? What are those 19 men supposed to do? Fucking shit. At least he didn't sully the good name of the Republic. At least he ain't no Mormon. At least he ain't no two-faced, fake-ass Christian. At least he knew his multiplication tables. At least he knew his muscles and bones of the body. At least he knew his biology and anatomy and chemistry. At least he wasn't an ignorant, dumbass pile of shit who believed any dumb, fucking racist, stupid... This motherfucker, he'd probably be like, you think the earth is round? You think the earth is round? Oh my God. He thinks the earth is round. Look, just look around. Does it look round to you? If we were around where you think we're on the bottom, we'd just fall off. He'd be a flat earther, I guarantee you. At least he wasn't gay. At least he knew his multiplication tables. That's what you were supposed to say. Fucking shit, man.